You know, you definitely need a clubhouse. It doesn't feel like a club if you don't have the clubhouse. I think I was here probably from when I was 6. We used to come ride our bikes every day to Wellington Tennis Club, and we'd have a hit for an hour and a half. And I don't know why, we were members. We did definitely have a key, but we must have lost it somewhere along the way. And I was always jumping over that fence out the front. So 28 years later, or 27 years later, it hasn't really changed too much, really. People from the club were so friendly straight away. I remember doing working bees when they felt like they were every weekend, but they were probably like once every 3 months, every 6 months. All I wanted to do was play tennis, so I couldn't wait till the working bee was over so we could get out on the court, and afterwards we would have a big barbecue, and those days were fantastic. Seeing Mr. Jones, I used to see him often when I was growing up, and hadn't seen him in 10, 15 years. I've been out of the country for the last 15 years, so also had a lot of people who sort of, founded the way I played tennis. So, instant memories came flooding back. I remember always wanting to play on these top 2 courts here. I don't know what year it was, but they were definitely resurfaced. They were the newest courts around, and I remember for the first 3 months or 6 months, they were very cautious of those courts, and unless you were a D-grade player where you didn't do much movement, you weren't allowed on those courts, and I just couldn't wait till the day those courts were available to all the players. So, I'd just put on my Dunlop volleys and get out there. We have so many of these small little clubs that, it's easy for anyone to pick up a racket and just get started playing tennis. I remember always after a pennant match or Saturday afternoon competition, the home team had to bring some food, so everyone would just share around a table. And my mum, she would make all sorts of different little things, like little Polish cakes and stuff, which everyone else probably thought was weird, but I thought they were pretty delicious. And my dad, he was an unbelievable influence on my tennis career, actually. He wasn't one of those pushy tennis parents, but he was more than supportive. He'd always drive us everywhere he would go. I remember playing tournaments out in Warrnambool, and he would drive us every day back and forth. We wouldn't stay there overnight, so he was more than happy to do that. I can never remember him saying, "Oh, I couldn't be bothered driving you to this tournament. You really have to play that tournament." He was, very supportive of me, and he was a big decision. But my dad, he said, "I've seen you play tennis. You got no future in tennis. You got to go to school." And he's the one who probably made my career in the end, because he made me go to play college, where I sort of improved a lot in that time. My highlight of my career is definitely playing Davis Cup for Australia. In some ways it reminded me a little bit of college tennis. I love college tennis, but just because tennis is such an individual sport, and just being part of that sort of team environment and your whole bench behind you supporting you, that's, it doesn't get better than that for me. I think I try to take, a lot from what my parents taught me. I feel like I've had an incredible journey, and very lucky to have the parents I have, and my sisters as well. They've always been very supportive of me, so I try to give a little bit back to my kids. If it wasn't for Wellington Tennis Club, I wouldn't be sitting here right now, that's for sure. Just to give you the opportunity to play tennis day in, day out to a family like an immigrant family like what we were, it's an incredible opportunity, and I'm very thankful.
Most tennis matches are played in a best-of-3 sets format. Win 2 and you've won.
Exercises to improve your movement around court and give you more strike power.